Hello, Econ faculty and staff. I'm making this video to show how to use Discord's screen sharing ability so that you can share your desktop and your voice for groups up to a size of 50. This is a service that Discord has actually just expanded from being able to only stream your desktop to 10 people to being able to stream your desktop to 50 people recently due to COVID-19. So this video is all done in the context of having followed the written PDF guide that was already put out. At the end of that PDF guide, you should have the ability to create a Discord server, and that Discord server should have just a basic general channel in it, either a voice channel and a text channel, or just a text channel. And you should have been able to set the permissions so that you can invite people to the server, but students cannot invite people. Also, that guide went over putting in basic content protection, and also the turning off the ability for students to speak in the voice channel so that it's not just total Discord. You might want to turn that off if you are having smaller groups, such as tutorials, which this guide is aimed for. For streaming solutions and desktop sharing solutions that are for more than 50 people, I will be releasing a guide later on using YouTube in conjunction with Discord to achieve this. And YouTube streaming has no cap, so you can stream to potentially thousands of people. So when I left off in the guide that was in the PDF, there was just a very simple configuration where there's a general text channel and there's a voice channel which only the server administrator, which should be you, can speak through. So when doing this live session, you're going to be screen sharing, but your voice is going to be coming through the regular voice channel. You can see that my voice is activating here by this illuminating. See there, as I stopped speaking, this was no longer illuminated. In terms of being able to share your desktop, Discord is developed or was developed for gamers. So a lot of things is related to gaming, though Discord has really outgrown that and is used for a lot of different use cases now. But normally when you go live, it talks about sharing a game. But what's convenient is that if you go into your user settings, which is down here, and you click on this little gear, underneath app settings, under game activity, there'll be this list of games, which are probably games installed on my computer. But when it says no game detected, you will be able to actually add a game here. But when you click on add it, it doesn't just show you games. It actually shows you any window that's currently up. So let's say I want to just share a browser. So once you click under app settings and game activity, you're going to see this settings panel, and up here you should see no game detected. This is because Discord automatically detects anything that it sees as a game, any process running that it sees as a game, and it will make it available for you to share it. But what makes this useful for our purposes is that there's this text here saying not seeing your game, add it. And that doesn't need to add a game. It can actually add any sort of process or window that's open. So if you click on add it, it's going to show you, PDFs that you have up or PowerPoints that you can be using to show lectures. So in this example, I'm going to use I'm going to add a PDF that can be seen as if it was a set of lecture slides. So I've gone ahead and opened up a PDF document using Foxit Reader, and this is just the PDF that I had released for getting introduced to Discord, but this would be your lecture slides. And if I go back into Discord, clicking on Add It, like I talked about, there should be Foxit Reader that shows in this list. OBS, Microsoft Store, Word, these are all other applications that Discord sees as being open. There's a chance that the PDF viewer that you use, or whatever software you're using, might not be detected. And if that happens, I can only recommend at the moment using a different software. Because, for example, in my testing, I opened up this PDF in Edge, and the Edge browser from Microsoft, and it didn't show up here. And Foxit Reader does. Foxit Reader is like a free open source PDF viewer. It has a lot of powerful features, so I do recommend it if you're having difficulty having your PDF reader show up here. So I'm going to click on Foxit Reader. I'm going to click Add Game, even though it's not a game. And this is now viewable. And this just shows that we have added this. But there's this option here which says Overlay Off. And this is what's going to show up, or this is going to control whether this shows up in the main interface as what can be streamed. So I'm going to click on this to turn Overlay on. And then I'm going to click the large escape button, not the small one, to go back to the main interface. So now that I'm here, there will be an update to the interface options, which is this here, which has Foxit Reader, and it has this button to stream Foxit Reader. So I'm going to click on that, and this prompt will come up. The prompt is going to show more detail about what you're streaming. If you click on the change option here, it actually is going to show some more options that are available to you. And you can even share an entire screen, it seems. So, but I'm just going to choose what I've already selected because I want to show this PDF. And then here it's saying streaming channel general. So when you go to stream your window or your PDF or your PowerPoint presentation, it's going to be streaming to a specific voice channel. So there's only one voice channel in this Discord server, so there's no options, but this would be a drop-down menu and you could select where you're going to be streaming to. So if you have a server that's for your whole class and you have various tutorial sections, and you only want to be streaming to one tutorial section, and you have a voice channel you've made for each tutorial section, you'll be able to select that here. So I'm going to click Go Live, and what will appear is this in the bottom right corner, which shows you what you are streaming, and also you can see this indicator shows that we are streaming. So if someone else joins this channel, they will be able to see the live stream. So going to illustrate how this works, this isn't actually sharing my desktop. It's sharing a specific window. So if I open up something random, it's not actually going to be changing what they see unless you mess with the window that you're streaming currently. So if something comes up like a pop-up of something personal, or you open up email because you need to check something, that won't be visible. The only thing that'll be visible is the window that you had selected. So if I go back to Foxit Reader, anything I do here is being streamed inside of this window. So if I, for example, go right-click and full screen this application, which gives a cleaner view for students, for example. I can use the arrow keys and go between, slides. But going back to Discord, and it'll take a second to update, you can see that the stream has reflected that. So this is a really great tool because students can be typing inside of the text channel, and you can see questions they might have as you are live streaming. And then also, if you have smaller tutorials and you've set up your voice channel so that your students can talk in it, you can be solving a problem. If you have something like a tablet, or you can be talking about an example, and students can actually be talking in the voice channel to you. as well. So um, it's a really great tool. It only works for up to 50 people. This is the fastest, quickest way to kind of get something rolling, which is why I put it out first. So yeah. The only other thing that I'll show you here is just how to end your stream. It's quite straightforward though. At the same place where you started the stream, you can click stop streaming, and the stream is no longer running. And the live button here has gone away. I'll also take this opportunity to just show you some stuff around the voice settings, because it's something that I could imagine being problematic if you accidentally leave your mic running when you don't want it to be. So here, whenever I talk and this illuminates, it's showing that I'm broadcasting voice. Down here, though I had went over this in the document, there is there's the option to mute, deafen, and some additional settings. If I click mute, there won't be any more audio coming out. You can see here, there's the muted microphone. This is the name, for example, of my account, Econtech SFU. So I can be confident that no one can hear me right now inside of the channel. So I can unmute it, and once again, my voice comes through the channel. If I don't want to hear what's going on in the channel, because for example, I just have left Discord open and it's a tutorial and there's a bunch of students talking, you can click deafen and you will no longer hear any audio coming from that channel. And this is a global setting, so it's not channel specific. If you are changing channels, it will still be applied. So the other thing that can come up is a problem with how your audio is picked up. By default, Discord uses something called a gate. So when the amplitude of your voice goes over a certain threshold, the microphone turns on. And that threshold can actually be seen and adjusted. So I opened up settings here. Let me just clarify that. I went back down to the bottom left here, clicked on the gear to go to user settings, and I went now to voice and video. So this is where you can actually see this input sensitivity. I do recommend voice activity over push to talk, but push to talk is another option. You can click this. You can record a key that when you hold that key down, your microphone is active. When the key is not pressed down, your microphone isn't active. But voice activity is very useful. So for example, if my voice is very quiet, this won't reach up as high, and I might not be triggering this properly. And if it isn't being triggered properly, people will probably say that you sound choppy or you're cutting in and out. And you can drop this sensitivity so that less sound is going to trigger your microphone to be transmitting. If you have background noise and your voice is loud and there's too much background noise going through, so for example, when you're not talking, this level, which you can see, it's floating at a certain level even when I am not talking. If that is quite high and it's triggering too much, and you can actually raise this so that it doesn't trigger as easily. It's something that you'll want to play around with, but I usually drop mine quite low. I usually just look at what that background noise level is, which is about right there for me, and I'm going to put it, just above that. So, also, another important setting here is going to be what device pulls in sound and where your sound gets output to. So when I look at my input devices here, for example, I can see a few different microphones. This is the microphone that's coming from the web camera. This is the microphone, the more high quality microphone that I'm using to record my voice right now. And here is the microphone that's just built into the computer. So I can select which microphone. If I've plugged multiple microphones in, I can select which one it'll be coming out from. Likewise, if there's different audio outputs that you have attached to your computer, such as these are the laptop speakers, this is the audio device that I'm using to record my voice right now, I can select which one of these that audio will be coming out of. So this is a very common thing to check if you're finding that you're not getting any sound or that people cannot hear you. I think that's going to just about wrap up this video. Just gonna re-articulate how I got to those voice settings, which was down at the bottom by my username, clicking on the user settings, and there's voice and video here, which is the video settings I was just talking about, and then there is the game activity settings I talked about previously that allowed me to add Foxo Reader. So hopefully this is useful. If any of you have any sort of issues or feedback, I'm gonna be very, I can be very hands-on in being able to help you with this application, as I know it quite well and I trust it quite a bit to work properly and not have strange back-end issues. So feel free to email me or drop by my office if you have any sort of problems.